Hello, my geeky friends. Today we are going to look at an accessory for this little beast, the Eachine E010. We reviewed this in a previous video. You'll be able to see that in a link up here in the corner. And it has been great. We've been flying the heck out of it. It's probably the best quadcopter for my 6-year-old son to fly. He can pick it up, he can fly it, he can control it, he can fly it nose in a little bit right out of the box. It has great control. I've been very impressed. The controller is not great as we talked about, but we have some other accessories that we're going to look at trying to improve that with in a later video. Today, though, we're looking at the issue that the E010 comes with one battery. We get one battery. That these are a single cell 30C battery. It's 150 milliamps. I was originally concerned that 150 milliamps was not going to get you very long, but we get about 5 minutes of flight time out of it. I was very, very surprised. So I've been pretty impressed with that. Haven't seen any need yet to go to a lot bigger batteries. What I needed is more. So we could order individual batteries, and the unit comes with this charger here that we've got plugged in. It's USB, charges a single battery. But what we're going to look at today is this pack from Eachine that we just got. You can see here we have a whole bag of batteries and a new charger. So we're going to take a look at it and see what we've got inside. In this, what's so exciting about it is we have a number of batteries here and a whole bunch of adapter cables. Now we'll see first here what happens, and we do have the batteries. Okay, so the batteries look good. I was a little worried. They do have the correct post on it for the Eachine 010. So we've got 5 new batteries here that are supposedly identical to the one that we already had. Now I'll say they do look just a little bit bigger. It's kind of interesting. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe they're okay. Also, what these are is these are adapter cables. So you can connect this to a Hubsan. These are Hubsan. I think these are proprietary adapters. But if you have a Hubsan unit, you can use this to connect these and use these batteries with your Hubsan quadcopter also. But we're not going to be needing those because they're going to go natively here. So we have 5 new batteries, which is great, and we could charge them individually. But this should be really slick. This is a multi-charger, which makes it really, really convenient. This is a multi-charging unit. See, WSX. It doesn't say much of anything. Oh, here we go. Here's what those are for. Those Hubsan connectors are going to go into this unit because it uses those connections. And we have our power cord here. We'll just untwist these stupid little twist ties and get that out of the way. So we're going to not use that and connect this up instead. It's also conveniently USB. We'll plug these in, and what this will do is now, I'm a little freaked out by the flashing connections. I'm sure it's all from China. It's nothing but the highest quality, right? Hopefully it doesn't explode on us. If it will, it'll be filmed and we'll make $1 million. It'll be great. Let's see. So we'll get all these connectors in place here. So we have now a spot to be able to charge in parallel 5 different batteries. So let's see here what happens when we just connect one of them. It didn't come with any instructions, so I'm just kind of winging it here. I do like these connectors. They're pretty nice to actually show that they connect properly. This barrel connector does not seem great. There we go. So we got one. It shows we've got one connected. Great. So now I've got one connected. I'm going to connect another one just so it can go and we can get a couple of them charging here. So the connector was a little tough. Hopefully that turns off when they're done. I guess we'll find out how exactly that works since we don't know. So for comparison, the batteries that just came in, we've got a multimeter here. We're going to take a look and see what the voltage they ship with is. Hopefully it's about 3.8 volts, 3.9 volts, somewhere in there. 3.933, that works. That's a good safe shipping voltage. You usually want to ship these at about a half charge, and we're right around there. So what we've got here, I'm actually going to connect this to my old single charger here for a comparison. One of the things I want to look at is this is the battery I just took off of there. And I've already measured this, but I want to show you what happened with the other charger, with these cheap chargers. The voltage I'm getting off of this is 4.22, which is too high. These batteries should not be charged above 4.20. Will it shorten the life? That's not enough voltage. It probably won't cause it to explode or anything. It should be still safe, but that voltage is higher than you're supposed to have on these batteries. So that could affect it. So those look good. We're going to go ahead and charge the rest of them, and then we will take a look. Well, let's see. We've got the timer started. We'll start the timer. Time is it? It is 9:31 right now. We will see how long it takes for it to charge these batteries. And what should happen is they should just stop as needed. So you can charge them all individually however much you need to. So we'll come back after it turns off and see how it looks. Okay, we're back. It's been just under 10 minutes and everything's all charged. They all went just about the same amount of time. We're gonna see what the charge actually looks like. Did it do a better job? Probably a worse job than the individual charger, but hey, it's convenient. Let's see what we get here. Come on, come on. Nope, that's not it. Don't short out. So these are, that battery's hot. Holy cow, are they all that hot? No, I'm pretty sure that's that hot because I just shorted it out with my terminals, with my battery terminals. That's a bad thing. We're gonna leave that one alone for now. And we're gonna try another one. Ooh, that's hot. All right, so let's try this again. I actually saw a little bit of a spark. So these have metal terminals reachable from the top. We're gonna try that again. Okay, so here's another thing. This is the one it came with. These are the ones that we just got. They're definitely a little bit bigger, and the cord is a lot longer, which won't necessarily be a bad thing, but it's not quite as compact. They're probably a little heavier. I didn't bring a scale with me. But we're gonna try and get the voltage again here. There we go. Keep the terminals nice long way apart. Come on. There we go, 4.21. So just a little bit high, but not too bad. So we're gonna see now how the fit is. Should fit right in there, not a problem. And it will twist around this way. Honestly, the little bit longer length makes it just a little bit easier to use. So we've got the battery in, controller on, up, down, locked. There we go. So next, I want to see how long it'll fly on one of these batteries. Okay, so this is going to be a test of both the flight time and the control. It's not going to be totally fair because we have had it on for 30 seconds or so with the lights, but it's still going to, that's a realistic scenario. We're going to start the timer here, and we'll get it off and see if we can keep it in camera view. Especially, all right, now, one switch, I'm not going to fly it nose in for as long as it will go. So we've got the multimeter out now, though it is a fluke, so it's a good multimeter, but it's a cheap fluke. It's not one of the high-end super precision models. So the battery is not even really slightly warm. Put that here and take a look at the voltage on the battery. There's probably a better way to do this. 3.5 volts, so it's low. That's actually good. I think that's a good indicator for the light. It was probably about 3.6. It might have been just a little bit below 3.6, which is my typical landing voltage for my other quadcopters. Once I'm at 3.6, it probably needs to be done. But we're going to put this back in and see how much longer it can go. We'll have to rebind it. It still rebinds. Okay. It's still flying. Now it's interesting, I put the same battery back in. Okay, there the light is flashing. I thought it was going to take, it wasn't going to happen immediately, but it is flashing now, and I cannot keep it in the air, and now it's flashing quickly and the motors won't even turn. So let's see what happened to the battery at that. All right, so now it's quickly flashing with that. Battery still, it's barely above room temperature. I wouldn't count it as warm at all, not like the one I tried to explode earlier. Figure out what the voltage is now out of curiosity. Woo, that's low. Okay, so it went from, is that right? Try again. Yeah. So it went from 3.5 to 3.0, which is dangerously low, in a matter of seconds. It didn't take any time at all for that. Okay, so now we've got our charger back, and we're gonna plug the batteries back in. You can see the lights will go out. I actually had unplugged it and just plugged it right back in. So we're gonna plug that back in, and we're gonna take a look as one final test to see what that battery looks like when it's done. So there's a tip: when the lights start flashing on the E010, land. Do not run it into the ground completely down, because you will destroy your batteries. Okay, so they've finished charging again. I've actually unplugged this. This connection definitely seems to be the weak part of the unit. I bumped it and the lights came on. It started charging again. I'm not sure that's a good thing. So we're gonna see now how far the battery's charged up now that it looked like it was done, but did the connection just come loose? I'm not sure. So I expect this to show up to be fully charged at about 4.2. There's the other side. So 4.16. So it was probably charged. It probably stopped. That's pretty close to a full charge. But let's see what happens if we plug them in, and then we plug this in. It comes on. There are 4 of them connected. The 4 lights are on. I expect several of these to show that they're topped off, and yeah, there we go. So they're going to start trickling off. That was, I don't know which one that is. Probably this battery. They're going to go off. Anyway, though, for the price, though, this thing was super cheap. There's a link in the description below so you can see how much it costs. For the price, to be able to have an extra 5 batteries for the E010, it is a great price. It took forever to come here from China, but once it got here, to be able to charge them all at once, this will charge and get you batteries faster than you could run through them. So you could run this thing non-stop with one of these packs of batteries. You can get batteries, but you get a long charge out of these things anyway. So I don't think right now you need bigger batteries. Like I said, once we put the camera on it, got one of the cameras ready to go. We've got a couple more that'll happen. Then I think we're probably going to need bigger batteries. But for now, I'm pretty happy with it. I know my son's going to be happy because he hated waiting for it to charge. Like, okay, you get one flight. Now we'll go do something else. He's going to be thrilled, so he can just fly non-stop all day. It's going to be awesome for him. But that's it. If you found this helpful, like the video, comment down below if you have any questions or you want to know anything about it, or you think this was a big waste of time. And if you don't think it was a big waste of time, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're going to have more things going on just continuously. We have a whole room full of stuff here to try. It's going to be exciting. We're going to turn this into an FPV monster and see how that turns out. I'm going to let that be the first one that my 6-year-old son flies FPV. So if we can have 2 of those and we can race around the house and torment his sisters, it's going to be amazing. So that's all. Thanks for now. And remember, if you're going to be a geek, be an elite geek.